Well, Mark Robinson, the Plymouth game last Easter, we've spoken about it, it's come up a number of times since then. How do you reflect on that now in relation to how we've evolved as a team?
Yeah, I thought we were very good that day, particularly second half, but possibly lacked a bit of an edge, as we spoke about at length at that time. You know, there was lots of good football there, dominated the ball, you know, quite well, especially second half, not the first half. But yeah, lacked a little bit of an edge, although we did create chances, and so I guess you would say at the moment we've found that edge, but you know, we've got to continue doing the right things to keep it.
We go into it this time around with them a point behind us in the table. What type of game are we expecting?
As I think all games in League One are tough, and this won't be any different. Obviously, we've watched them. Their performance against Sheffield Wednesday was outstanding. So they know what to expect from us, and you know, so they're going to be absolutely at it. So, you know, we go into every game respecting the opposition and expecting a really tough time, and know that we have to be at our very best to get something out of it.
It's going to start to get busy again, but how great for you being able to have another week on the training pitch?
Yeah, it's been good, and it is really busy. We just had a look at the schedule, and that was part of our presentations to the lads of how busy it's going to get. So we need everyone at it and focused and ready, because you know we're Saturday, Tuesday now for the next 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, that was part of it, just making sure they're focused and they're all ready.
Of course, last week fantastic result, 4-3 at Morecambe. But has the defensive side of things come under a little bit of scrutiny as well this week? Yeah,
they do. I'm not so sure really. I think, if I'm honest, out of all the games we played, that potentially was one where it was the scoreline, I'll be honest, flattered them, and their manager admitted that when we spoke after. I think that could have been a 4-1 on Saturday. If you look at the nature of the goals, the first one, you know, we've looked at it a lot, and there's little things we could have done better, but you know, no one would ever score a goal if you kind of look at every little thing. But there's some things we could have done a bit better to the build up. But the ball's dropped to the lad, and we thought he was offside. We haven't quite got the line up, and he's put it home. Second one, again, could have stopped it at source a little bit better, but it's a fantastic cross and a great header by Shane. If we'd scored it, then we'd be talking about the goal, not about the defence. And the third one is 1 in 10,000, you know. So, and again, there was one slight thing we could have done a little bit better, maybe to stop it at source. So I think it was one of those games. I don't think they ever had any real sustained pressure throughout the game. 10 minutes, second half, yeah, they come at us a bit, but if you look at the stats, we've had 19 attempts to their 7. So I think, you know, the scoreline doesn't show what a dominant performance it was, to be honest, on this occasion. But we're always working to tighten up. Obviously we are, but at the same time, you know, if you're going to be the top scorers in English football, there might be something to give here and there. So, you know, although we don't want that, obviously you much rather winning 3-0 and 4-0, but you know that doesn't come easy.
With a young squad, you've been pleased with how they've stayed focused on a very important game at Plough Lane this Saturday against Plymouth, and not distracted by a very big occasion coming up next week?
Yeah, it's always important. We always one game at a time, and you know, especially when there's things like ticket issues going around and that, and you have to just say, look, make sure that there is no distractions. But they're good, to be honest. They're fully focused. You know, they haven't needed reminding or anything like that, and they're clearly focused on the job in hand on Saturday.
A few team news things to go through. First of all, how's Jack Radoni?
Yeah, Rudy was back training, not with us today, separately, so not sure if he'll be available to be on the bench on Saturday. We'll have to see, but he's going to step his training up tomorrow, but certainly looks more promising for next Wednesday against Arsenal. So probably just a little bit too soon this Saturday.
Has Luke McCormack fully recovered from the dead leg?
Yeah, Luke had a dead leg, hence why he was on the bench last Saturday, and to be honest, we didn't want to use him. He probably could have got 15 minutes out, but he's fine now, absolutely fine. It was just a severe dead leg, so he's back.
Dan Choker and Paul Ossu, how are they coming on?
Dan's good, Dan's all good, looking really good in training. Paul Ossu again, might be a little bit too soon for him Saturday, but we're hoping he'll have a chance to be available on Wednesday. Yeah.
In terms of any other team news, it's just what Paul Kalambayi to report?
Yeah, Paul, unfortunately, he felt something in the Portsmouth game, and we thought it was kind of innocuous, but it's not. It's turned out to be a little bit more than that on his quad. So Paul could be out for 4 or 5 weeks, which is a blow for him because he's you know, he looked great in the Portsmouth game. So but you know, we keep his spirits high. So we're thinking 4 or 5 weeks at the moment.
Yeah, that is a blow because I mean he's a real important player for us as well. But you've got a lot of cover in that area, haven't you?
Yeah, we have. You know, we've got Dan and obviously Darius if we need him, and Henry can always drop in at centre back. And even if we went to a back three, I think Nesta's more than capable of doing it. So we have got cover. But obviously, you know, PK is really important to us. So we hope he gets back as soon as possible.
Just finally as well, what have you made of Dickie Guy finally getting the freedom of the borough?
Yeah, I read that. Absolutely fantastic. Great news and absolutely thoroughly deserved. A fantastic man and yeah, really pleased for it.
Brilliant. Thanks for your time, Robert.
Cheers, Rob.